Alright, welcome back. So we're going to make an oval bonsai pot or bird bath or whatever you want it to be. And remember when it's like, I don't really care what size it's going to be. I made the outside was too big and the next one was too small and then this one right here was just right. So what I did is I'll cut these out and throw this piece away. Look, it's like a messed up atom. Okay, so I'm gonna go with that one. I'll save this for later. And these are recycled yard signs that people stick out in your neighborhood and leave behind. They never pick them up. So grab them. I mean, these are perfect for recycling. And you can cut these pieces and use this. This is your reinforcement, rebar for your floor. Just cut it, cut the pieces out, bend it. Use it however, so I got 2 yard signs and basically 6 or 7 patterns depending on how I cut it. So now you have this and you're thinking, it's got a hole in the middle. That's okay. Because pretty much once I stack my sand up, well, let's just go ahead and stack some sand up. Y'all got a minute? See, more recycled yard signs, power washing. They stick them out in the medians and everywhere else and never pick them up. And it costs you and I more money because, well, probably tears up the lawn services tractors if they drive around in the city. I don't know, maybe not. Just talking. So, let's get some sand on this dog. I don't have much battery life, so I'm just gonna throw this together real quick, and it'll be a little. I'll make a little series out of it. If the battery dies, it dies. But we're gonna do as close as we can get. Spend a lot of time shaping it. So pretty much we're going to go around like this to make sure that nothing's hanging over. Let's see. And when you're shaping your sand, remember this is your foot, so the depth of your pot should be right about here. So it looks like we're just about on it. Now I'm going to go around like this. And we need at least 3/4 of an inch of a wall. You don't have to have a turntable, but it sure does make it easy. And I made this one out of scrap, so I don't really have any money invested in this turntable. Find an old office chair. So go in there and then just shore up your sides a little bit. And this is why they do the time lapse on these videos, because the shaping of the sand just takes forever. I'm just doing it real quick here, so it won't be, drag out too long and you won't get bored. Watch your big clumsy hands that you don't knock a chunk out of it. And you can go around there and take this. Let's say you put you just a minute. You can put you a little mark on here about 3/4 of an inch right there. So just hold that. I'm gonna put you on down here. All right, hold that marker right here. That's a little bit more than 3/4 of an inch. And the reason this is important is so that when you take the pot and you invert it, all your top edges aren't going like this. And we can see that right here needs a little bit more depth or less depth. And get your marker on there. And some people will make another one of these that fits here so you can go much faster. But normally what I do is I have a trowel right here, which is 3/4 of an inch thick, and I can just, well, I don't know, I don't just use it in this tutorial. And I can have my fingers hanging off the bottom right here and feel that plastic edge. When you pat it, it will go out, spread out a little bit for you. And you don't have to have one with the handle like this. You just get a piece of scrap, 3/4 inch, 1x4, 1x6, whatever you get your hands on, it doesn't really matter. Wet it down a little bit. Okay, so at this point you would get your powdered concrete and mix it up about the thickness of syrup. Start pouring it on here. If you have a brush, a little paintbrush, you can kind of clear the edges so that doesn't show, make your edges ugly. Alright. What we can do is just pick up a bunch of this sand. The turntable is a big time saver. So make sure when you make your pattern that this one right here is kind of narrow, make it wide like this so the sand will hold it down. But once I get my first thin coat of cement on it, it'll all glue it into place for right now. Make sure you got a little tiny mound here going this way and that way, because if it goes down like that, when you turn your pot over, the floor is going to go buckled up like this, and you're going to lose some volume, for your dirt. Let's see how much time we got left on this battery. Just a few seconds. I'm going to go until it quits. All right. So let's get some. It'll make this pretty thin. I'm assuming y'all could see over there. Yeah. All right. When you mix this, don't put all your water in up front, because it really takes no time for it to get too thin. I guess you can still use it. I never tried to. I just stick it up. When it's easy, it mixes the sand. When you put the sand in there, I don't know why, it just mixes up easy. when you make one of these, you want to try to get it all done without stopping, because if you try to stop, wake up the next morning, try to do it again, it's going to be a little bit difficult. This thing is grainy, and the little parts that stick out they present like a little roadblock sort of thing. Obstacles sort of thing. And I always try to have a little bit of a lean to my sand castle or sand mold, whatever you want to call it. Because if you have a little bit of an angle, it's easier to pour this real thin concrete on it. Let's do it. You can move this a little bit while it's wet, but if it gets the least bit dry and you touch it, it'll rip your sand mold. See how I start to peel my sand off right there? Once it's really soaking wet, you can move it a little bit. Any minute now the camera's going to cut off, so you just have to come back for the next episode for the rebar, and I call it rebar, metal reinforcements. I want to get my edges first, see how that, I don't know if you caught that where it rolled over. And then it was quick, it rolled over on it really quick. Now what I'll do is you can see right there that little edge. I want to take my small trowel. Where that one is? Here it is. Putty knife, and I'm just going to lay it over a little bit. Oops. I can see right here, got a little bit of an edge that's causing a bump. And what I forgot to do was take my sandpaper and go around here and true that up real nice. But I can tell you this, once that concrete sets up inside that plastic, that little plastic edge right there, I can come back and trim that off and true it up. See how that little bubble, you just want to do something about it. But if you touch that, it's going to tell you to pick it up away from your sand roller. I'll try to get all this. And I recommend doing it in your concrete in small batches, because if you do a large batch, you may have too much, and you're gonna run the risk of, oh, it's on hold right there. You'll run the risk of wasting that concrete. And one of the guys I did see on their Bonsai by the Sea guy, he has a great idea. He has a really small mold or small pots. And when he gets done, he has some concrete left over. He just makes a really small pot. I don't have any small pots, but I'm gonna make some. All right, thanks for watching. See you on the next episode, and we'll put some reinforcement in here, which is little pieces of metal that hold the yard sign up. And I have also some expanded fabric right here that we'll use. Stuff like this. How is that for a dizzying ride? I'll lay that in there all the way around. I'll get this in there where I can get it. So I'm going to charge the battery, and I'll see y'all in a little while. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button. I'd appreciate it. It will help me